Welcome to Daytona Beach, Florida, the birthplace of speed and home to Hankster's Hot Rods, Muscle Car, and Collector Car Showroom. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please be sure to check out our website. It's hanksters.com. This is where you can find all of our most current inventory. We get so many phone calls from YouTube wanting to know if cars are still available. We leave our YouTube videos up at all times. We have over 10,000 followers on our YouTube channel. And people like to watch car videos. They like to see them run, drive, hear them, look at the paint, the interior, get ideas for maybe a car that they're building, or maybe you're a collector and you have a collection of 10, 20, 30, 80 cars. But if you want to know if this car we're about to present to you today is still available, you need to check out hanksters.com. Once the cars are funded in full, they come down off of our website. And also, in addition to these videos, you can see at least 80 if not more, still photos, high definition still photos of every single car in our inventory that, by the way, we own. We're not a consignment dealership, so we don't have to ask anybody's permission to sell you the car. So the muscle car, collector car industry right now is booming, and we are thankful to be part of that. And you cannot go without talking about iconic American muscle cars and collector cars without talking about the 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. This one, as you can see when we put the hood down in a minute, is blue with white stripes. Underneath the hood, you can see this is a 454. Yes, the air cleaner says 427, but it is a 454 wedged underneath here. Power steering, power brakes, no AC in this car. I do not know when this motor was rebuilt, but as you can probably imagine, and you can see, there was quite a bit of money spent on it. So let's drop the hood and show you the hood, top of the hood anyways, of this 69 Camaro. Again, white racing stripes, you got your peekaboo headlights, SS grille. This car does have a cowl tag on it. This car did start life as an SS car. SS Camaro badging on the front driver's side fender, Mastercraft radial tires. It's got the proper or correct rally wheels on it, dual chrome mirrors, window glass on the car all the way around in the vehicle is in good condition. Haven't seen any areas of concern on the paint so far to speak of. So we'll continue around the car and then we'll talk about the door fitment. Driver's side looks good. We'll check the passenger side out later on here in the presentation. Take a look at the interior. You have your houndstooth, black vinyl, front and rear seat belts, black carpeting, Chevrolet steering wheel, 4-speed in the floor, no center console, just in the floor there. Door panels on the car on both sides look good. We'll take a closer look at the passenger side here in a little bit. Headliner in the car looks to be brand new. Carpeting underneath the floor mats is in good condition. Dash pad looks to be in order, in good shape. We'll take a little bit closer look at the dash there when we do the test drive presentation and when we're closer in the car. Both doors, both sides, open and close with ease. Looking for any issues with the paint, and I don't see anything so far. Take a look at the door fitment down the driver's side. So we sell a lot of Camaros, and what happens with Camaros, they have a tendency, if you get doors that require a decent amount of filler, or more often than not, you know, the doors aren't available OEM, or they are real expensive OEM, you know, or OEM style. So people buy cheap doors and they have a tendency not to want to fit correctly. Or when people put the car together, the panels don't line up as they should because they tighten one part first and the second part second, and they don't line up. But this one lines up pretty good down both sides. Well, at least the driver's side. I haven't looked closely at the passenger side yet, but we'll do that here in a little bit. The white striping continues from where we started on the hood to the deck lid. It's in good shape. SS badging there, right between the rear tail lights. Take a look in the trunk. No spare, no jack. So there will be no spare or jack when you get the car. If you don't see them in the still photos and they aren't presented in the videos, we don't have spare tires or jacks laying around anywhere here. Trunk is in good shape there underneath the trunk mat. Deck lid fitment to the rear quarters there are very good. Reverse lights down low under the chrome rear bumper, and the chrome rear bumper is in good shape. No areas of concern there on the bumper. Again, if there was an area of concern on the passenger side door, you know, it's usually down low there, they have a tendency to stick out. This one is not. Lines up nice and flush to the front and rear quarters, so that looks to be in good shape. Little tiny nick there. But overall paint quality on the car is very good. I don't see any cracking, any blistering, any goose eggs, any spider webbing, anything like that. Door panel on the passenger side is in good shape. Again, the interior on the car is in really good shape, both front and rear. I don't see anything that's ripped or torn or worn out. It looks to be a newer interior in the car, in my opinion, but I do not have any pictures of any type of restoration or documentation on money spent on, again, the motor or the transmission, the interior, the paint, anything like that. Do have a little crack there, you can see right there at the top of the pillar. It's ever so slight, but it's like a crack in the paint there. And a little bit of spider webbing there around the antenna mast. SS Camaro badging on the passenger side front fender there, just as it was on the driver's side is what I was trying to say. Again, there's 396 badging on the car. I don't know why people choose to stick bigger motors in the car itself, but leave the badging on the fenders. Maybe it's because the car started life as a 396, and if anybody ever wanted to stick a 396 back in it, they could. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that, but I can tell you that it is a 454 in the car now, and it runs like a 454, let me tell you. There is a little spot there that somebody has brush touched on the nose of the car. And a couple brush touches, you know, through around the hood here. See, there's one right there, and I don't know how well you guys can really see these in the you know, in our video presentations. I point them out. You're probably like, okay, what is he pointing at? You know, but I can see them. I'm telling you they're there. You know, we don't ever make claims to sell perfect cars, because we don't. We stake our business on driver quality cars. What that means is you know, we make sure they're mechanically sound. We make sure they're structurally sound for you guys. You know, the floor pans are nice and solid. The car's not filled with Bondo. You know, things like that. Make sure that the horns are working and the turn signals are working and all your lights are working and all that fun stuff. If there's minor cosmetic issues with the car, we know that for the most part you guys like to tinker with these cars and make them your own, which I'm going to show you when we do the test drive presentation. There's no radio in this car. We bought it that way. What we used to do is we used to stick radios, you know, cheap radios, $100, $150 radios into cars. So that there wasn't a hole in the dash. And what most people prefer, if they like radios, they want a certain style radio, whether it's a retro style radio, Bluetooth, wants it to do this, that, the other thing. So we just chose, you know what, we don't do radios, we aren't in the car audio business. So we just let you guys make it your own, put your own radio in it, whatever you want in there. We could certainly stuff radios in there and put a sound system in there, but we found over the years, more often than not, people like to do it themselves and kind of have their own sound in there, so that's fine by us. So there is a hole in the dash where the radio goes. Right now, we're going to take it out and throw it on a rack and stick it in the air and check out what the undercarriage of this car looks like. But before we do that, I just want to again mention, I get asked all the time when I field either sales calls or emails or inquiries on our cars about mileage, documentation, photos of the restoration, so on and so forth. And anything that we have on the car, not only do we present to you in these videos and in our still photos, but we also pass it on to our buyers. So, you know, we have no reason to keep the stuff. We aren't trying to accumulate car restoration photos or documentation or receipts or anything like that, we always move them on to the next buyer. So whatever we get with the car when we buy them, you know, we buy from private sellers, private individuals, estate sales. We have 2 showrooms. Everybody knows we're in the business. We get approached to buy cars all the time, especially here in Florida. You can drive these things year round, so there's a lot of them floating around. There's a car show every night of the week. I usually have somebody come into our showroom almost on a daily basis trying to sell me something. So we get what we get, and we pass it on to you guys. So let's take this thing outside and throw it in the air, and then we will, after we check out the undercarriage, we'll go out and we'll have some fun with it. 1969 blue Chevrolet Camaro. We are underneath, obviously. We got disc brakes up front. Take a look at this oil pan. You can tell the engine was just done. Unfortunately, I don't have any receipts for you guys, but you can tell all the paint's nice and fresh on it. Motor's nice and clean on both sides. There's no indication of any kind of valve cover leak, anything like that. Somebody has cut out the side of the bell housing there for the flywheel shield there for the heavy-duty starter. So that's there. Dual headers. I think that we have, yeah, Flowmaster exhaust in the back. You'll see in a little bit. When you're underneath the car, I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, but I'm telling you that the car did not start life as a 4-speed. From what I can see, there is a you know, hole cut there to accommodate in the transmission tunnel there for the 4-speed option. No leaks on the tranny whatsoever. Both frame rails on the car look to be good on either side, driver and passenger side. Got some frame stiffeners here. Again, dual Flowmaster mufflers, rear drum brakes. I have not driven this car yet. We'll do that here in a little bit. I did not test if it was a posi. That will be listed in the description. If it's a posi rear end, it will be listed as a posi. If it's not a posi, it won't say posi. Drop downs on the rear quarters look good on both sides, driver and passenger side. Gas tanks not dented up, dinged up, functioning. Looks pretty good. I invite you guys down here or up here, depending if you're in the state of Florida and you live south of Central Florida here in Daytona Beach, or if you obviously live out of state, come on down, come on up, visit us here in Daytona. We have a 25,000 square foot indoor air conditioned showroom where we house, currently we have about 60 vehicles, 30 of which are on our website. We try to get these videos and photos shot for you guys just as soon as we possibly can, but it's a process between trying to sell cars, photograph cars, video cars, so on and so forth. It takes us some time. So when you check out our website, there might be 30, 32, 35 cars on it. We generally always have at least 15 to 20 cars that aren't on our website. So if there's something you're looking for, you may still want to call because it may be available and we just haven't gotten around to photographing it yet. But again, back to what I was originally saying, come on down to Daytona Beach, up to Daytona Beach, visit our showroom. We'd love for you guys to see firsthand what you're buying, whether it's this 69 Camaro or whether it's any other car in our showroom. We'd be happy to rack it for you. Take it outside in the sunshine, look at the paint, check out the interior, take it on a test drive, see how the car runs out. That's actually what we prefer. We prefer to show it to you firsthand. With that being said, probably 9 out of every 10 deals we do are done sight unseen. Through video presentations such as this one, still photos, emails, text messages, things like that. Makes your buying experience pretty hands-on without you being here. So. Financing. Yes, we do offer financing on these cars. We will do, actually we won't do, the collector lenders we work with will do up to a 10-year loan with approved credit, minimum of 10% down, and the remaining balance over the course of 5, 7, or 10 years, whatever you get approved for. Has to do with credit score, debt to income ratio, things of that nature. Click the financing tab on our website, click on the vehicle you're interested in. If you're interested in more than one vehicle, please click on the most expensive vehicle because we can always go down, but we can't go up. So if you're looking in the $40,000 range, you know, you got a car that's $42,900 or $44,900, apply for the $44,900, and we can work off of that. Click on the car, it'll be a red financing tab. Go ahead and complete the application. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes to complete, and the lender will contact you directly to discuss your approval. If you like what you hear, give me a call and we can move forward. Right now we're going to put the car down on the ground, take it out on test drive. This car runs fantastic. The 454 is putting out plenty of power, and we're going to show you that right now. We are inside our 1969 Camaro, and it's an aftermarket steering wheel, so we do not have a horn. We'll take care of that. Wipers are working, and they park back where they should. As I mentioned earlier in the presentation, there is no radio. So you guys can put a retro style radio in, or whatever kind of radio that you want to put in there. TAC is working. Turn signals, passenger side, driver's side, they both work. What else was I going to say? Oh, temperature functioning, oil pressure functioning, and I can guarantee you we aren't even half a tank, let alone way over full. So the fuel gauge is not functioning. That's something else we are aware of and we have to take care of. Another thing is, we bought the car, there's a crack in the window. I am putting a new windshield in it, so that'll get done tomorrow, so you don't have to worry about that. But horn will be fixed. No radio, it's coming with no radio. Fuel gauge will be fixed and there'll be a new windshield in it. Other than that, it's pretty much good to go. It runs fantastic, and that's the important part. The color, the stripes, got nice ice cube trays up there in the hood. Those things are usually pitted, but those are look like newer ones, and those are expensive too. But the car looks and runs like a 69 Camaro. I mean, this is a true muscle car. So let's take it out on drive and show you how it runs. As I said, muscle car. This car runs nice. I mean, plenty of pull. There's no vibrations in the gear shifter, in the floor, in the seats, in the steering wheel. Nice tight running car. The speedometers, I would say, is pretty accurate. It's not bouncing all around. We are in a 40 mile per hour zone. We're probably doing a little under 40 right now. Good response in the steering wheel. Steering's nice and tight. I'm going around the turn. I was going to let go of the wheel here and see if we get jerked one way or the other. And we don't. Nice and straight. Running through the gears and see what kind of pull this 454 has here. That's 70. You probably heard I got jammed up in second, but car runs extremely strong, shifts nice. As you can see, our temperature gauge is not even up to 150 yet. That's great out of a big block Chevrolet. Oil pressure functioning. Again, RPM's functioning. Nice looking, nice running 69 Chevrolet Camaro big block. Today we will be putting up at least 80 photos of this car, if not more, along with this video presentation we're doing for you right now. So our website, again, is hanksters.com. We are located in Daytona Beach, Florida. Our contact phone number is 386-944-9219. At full retail price on this car, we offer shipping anywhere in the lower 48 United States, as well as a 12-month, 12,000 mile powertrain warranty. I was going to go, but I got hung up in traffic here. If we negotiate the price of the car, we negotiate the price of the warranty and the price of the shipping. We can facilitate the shipping for you, but if we negotiate the car, then you'll pay the driver directly when they show up with a check or cash. And the warranty is through a third-party warranty provider. It's not through our dealership. It covers engine, transmission, and rear end. 12 months, 12,000 miles. Major mechanical breakdowns, internal components of the engine, trans, rear end. It's not going to cover brakes, starters, alternators, tires, batteries, things like that. So it's just basically an insurance policy for you, since it is an older car. You never know when something might happen with a new car, let alone a car that's 30, 40, 50 years old. So maybe we'll give you one more run here before we cut this video. Again, Hanksters.com.